students, welcome to the final tutorial video, and in this video we're going to go over how to insert graphic images, shapes and tools, icons, clip art, and use different types of effects to make them pop and give them a little bit more of a dynamic look. So the first tool we're going to explore is over here on the left side. It's the shape tool. Underneath it you'll see the different types of shapes that you can draw. Probably the most common you'll use is the line tool or the rectangle tool. The other two is circle and then the shape tool where you can free draw a different type of polygon. Probably won't be very common. We don't use this to fill up white space. What we use them for often is to divide the document into different sections. That's what the line tool will happen. And then for the rectangle tool, we can use that as like a frame, something that we can put behind it. So that creates a nice, interesting looking effect. So I'm going to go to the line tool and select it, click and drag. Let's go ahead and create one right over here in the very center to divide the pictures with our text. A couple little pro tips for you. Notice when you're putting it in, it's all angled and weird. Okay, if you go ahead and use the snapping tools, you should feel it be perfectly horizontal or perfectly vertical as you're going through. So use the snapping and grid tools to ensure that it is proper. So I'm going to stretch it all the way across my document. It's from margin to margin. It's a little hard to see, so I'm going to zoom in on it. Let's do that. Okay, it's currently there, and you see that I have it selected. There's the 3-dot frame box, but it's very thin. So to change that, once I have it selected, I look up here, and there is two options you should be familiar with. This is the stroke option, and as I'm increasing it, you can see that the thickness of the line increases. Let's keep it at 5. Additionally, underneath it, it says it's a solid line. You can change it to a bunch of different styles. The solid is probably the most common. Some of you may want to use like a thin or a thick. That goes ahead and creates a double line effect or even a dotted. So you can play around with this to see the different types of looks that you can create a line. So that's the thick one. I'm actually going to go ahead and select it and switch it over to the dotted line just so it's very obvious. And once again, just like you've done with different types of headlines, text effects, things like that, you can change the color over here. So the fill has a slash through it, so it has no color. But you can go through and change the stroke. Well, actually in a line, it should not change the fill because there is no fill in a line. But I'm going to go over here and just kind of manipulate some of the colors just to give it a little bit of a different look. So how about red dots right there? There we go. So at this point, okay, looks pretty solid, and you can use lines as a way to divide your document into nice looking sections. So take a moment to go and catch up here if you haven't, and put a red dotted line all the way across. Then I'll move on to the next tool. So with that being said, let's go to the square or rectangle tool. I'm going to fill in this space right here, and it's just like you see with the line tool. I'm going to go ahead and click and drag. Now when you default, it defaults to no fill. So you're going to have to go over here, and I'm going to switch over to the fill option and make it green. Okay, so you can also change the stroke by selecting the stroke icon there. It's currently black. You can see that. Okay, I'm going to also make the stroke kind of green, and it blends in pretty well. If you want to be a little bit more exact, you'd probably want them to be the exact color. So there we go. That looks pretty proper. So put in a little rectangle square. You can, just like pictures, just like text boxes, you can manipulate it. You can go ahead and change it, make sure it's snapped properly to different elements, grids, and ensure that it's not overlapping things. So there we go. So the shape tools, that's going to be good for like a background. You can move it back and forth, like say right over a headline. Okay, but if you notice, and this is going to be the last kind of skill here, if you notice, it hides above the headline. Okay, so in this case, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little backdrop for my headline, stretch it across here, but I don't want it covering the headline. So we got to use an align tool, and that's actually only accessed if you right click on something. So I'm going to right click on it, and you're going to see a couple options right here, send backwards and send to back. So think of layers. Right now, whatever you made last will always be considered above the previous elements inside your document. So If I send this backwards, it's going to go one step backwards from the previous thing we made. Or we can use send to back where it brings it all the way to the back layer. And if I do that, look at that. The headline pops out in front and we have a nice looking dynamic frame. Okay, so you can go ahead and use this method to go ahead and create different types of backgrounds, different types of effects for your text boxes or your text headlines. So just because I'm a little picky, I'm going to actually drag that so it's just above the headline. It looks pretty good. I'm going to do one more here, a little bit quicker, and I want a background for my text box. So I'm going to click and drag, create one. It has no fill, but let's go ahead and fill it with, I'm going to go this kind of stroke color red, and then the same thing for the background. But once again, it is above the text, so I'm going to right click, send to back. Now it's behind the text box. So these are pretty crazy looking colors and such, but for our purposes of our demo, we're just practicing the skills. Remember, when we actually create our content, we'll definitely have it a little bit more organized and much smoother looking color combinations. All right, the last piece of this is this little extra white space. We're going to insert a graphic image that you can find. So I'm going to go over to my library over here. And I'm going to actually go to shapes at the top. Instead of files, we can go to shapes, and there's a lot of different clip art. It's actually nice because there's a lot of defaults. Some of them are really goofy, not the highest quality, but you may want to use some of these as ways to go ahead and point out different elements of your content. Okay, so if you had a real estate ad, a sold tag would be pretty popular. If you were doing a world, like a world current events type of story, you could put this kind of globe icon next to your headline to show that it is a world article. So these are all elements we could talk about as you start designing it. But go ahead and pick something. I'm going to just pick the photo camera, and I'm going to place it in this spot right here. I'm going to click and drag to give that. Boom, there we go. So you have access to many different types of shapes and graphics. And over here, don't forget about the effects tab. I'm going to actually give it a shadow, and let's increase that distance a little so it's very obvious, and change the color to something a little bit gaudy so you can see it, green shadow. So at this point, okay, you can mess around with the other types of effects, inner, outer, opacity, and bevel. Opacity is something that, remember, just changes the transparency. You can see the alpha is at 50% transparency. 100% would basically be no transparency. Okay, so let me zoom out here, and at this point your document should be pretty complete. So if you have any questions or you need to review, you can pause this video at any point, but refer back to the rest of the tutorials that we've gone over, and if you're pretty comfortable with what you see here and the skills that it took to make this, okay, you should be all set. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, review the videos. Thank you. You have officially completed all the tutorials to make this template document.